Did did he just voluntarily lose? Okay, I mean, sure. I'm a little confused, but all right. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. And tonight, we have a very special treat for you. Everybody's favorite color combination, Golgari, black and green. You know it. What are we running? We are going back. We're revisiting some Golgari Poison, which is always popular, but we are adding some new cards. I had a couple of decks that were almost like entirely new things, and I said, let's go with something familiar, but let's give it a really new twist with March of the Machine. Let's add Incubate. Let's add the things to just bring this poison way up, bring the power level way up. So here we go. Let's make ourselves free from flesh here. This is Phyrexian Poison Incubate. So a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new, everything dangerous and deadly here. Before we get down to this one, before we go to the shakedown breakdown, I need you to do something for me. Do you know what that is? That is tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button. It's right down there. It's so easy to push. And the good thing about that is if you do like and subscribe, you will not be attacked by the like and subscribe. You'll make yourself safe from being attacked by the like and subscribe, which of course is a YouTube werewolf who will rip you apart. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all the live streaming goodness. We would love to have you there live and in person in our streaming every night about 11 p.m. Eastern time. You can check out our Discord community for all the latest news and information. If you want to share your decks, get advice, post memes, whatever you want, it's in our Discord. And of course, this deck and all the other ones that I build are available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want to check out everything else that I build and get a copy of this deck for yourself, please don't hesitate to go down to my AetherHub. All those links will be in the description down below, right there. So what are we talking about when we talk about our freedom from flesh? This is what true freedom is, when we no longer have to adhere to the crude matter that makes us and trust the certainty of steel. Cut down, early removal. Why do I like cut down early in the game? Well, it stops a little bit of aggro. It stops aggro. If people are running at you with mono red, this is the best way to deal with that. They got a lot of small creatures that are coming in early. They got ramp, mana rocks, whatever, mana dorks. Get rid of them early on. So we are going to be running 3 cut downs and 3 infernal grasps. Again, any kind of removal that you want. If you want to kind of destroy, you just look up your destroy. I'm having a little bit more of an issue with Go for the Throat. I used to use this a lot, but there's a lot of artifact creatures right now, and the incubation pods are artifacts, and mites and stuff like that are artifacts. So Go for the Throat isn't great, that great anymore. However, it is decent. You could also put Soul Transfer in it, which is a running meme. If you thought I wouldn't say put Soul Transfer, maybe that is good too to go after Planeswalkers. So if we're talking about the removal game, cut down and Infernal Grasp, but you're going to need targeted removal. It's almost impossible to play this game currently in the meta without targeted removal. It's next to impossible. So make sure you've got something. Undying Malice and Tamiyo Safekeeping. Why do I have both of these? We're doing a little bit of mixture of resurrection. With combining with removal, you have to have your own anti-removal, because they're going to throw out removal against you too, and you've got to be able to counter it as best as you can. So you've got to attack and defense. I'm going with Undying Malice here. Until the end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with a 1/1 counter. Very, very cool to do that, because the 1/1 counter will be able to proliferate later on with our bloated contaminators. So you target your own creature, it dies, it comes back even more powerful. So Undying Malice is useful. Or you can go with the Tamiyo Safekeeping, which is 1 green, target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible. Both of them will prevent death, and both of them will prevent board wipes. They won't stop against mass exile, but even somebody saying I destroy the whole board, Undying Malice, they'll die and come back. Tamiyo's, they'll be indestructible. Very, very useful. Tamiyo's a little bit more useful occasionally because hexproof does prevent it from being targeted from things like you know, the Wandering Emperor's Exile or stuff like that if they want to target it specifically. You also get that 2 life bonus right there. It's also important to note these are both common cards and they're both 1 black and 1 green. Venerated Rot Priest. Yes, Venerated Rot Priest is here to stay because this is probably the most effective way to poison people as it goes on. 1 green, 1/2, toxic 1. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. We love this card. Remember, any spell that targets a creature will give your opponent a poison counter. If they target you, if your opponent targets you, or if you target your own creatures, that means that Undying Malice and Tamiyo's Safekeeping will actually trigger this. The more of them you have on the board, the more triggers they go off. This can actually, you'll see this card solo an entire basically an entire opponent by himself because they keep trying to hit it with spells. So unbelievably powerful for Venerated Rot Priest. I know it's a 1 green drop, but guys, I kind of want you to think about this as a 2 drop. It's most effective. People know how dangerous it is now. It's most effective when you play this 1 green, you drop it, and then have something there to protect it. So if you have an Undying Malice and a Tamiyo's, you play Venerated on turn 2 and wait for them to try to hit it, and you get double the amount of poison and it stays alive. So now we're into the new stuff here, guys. Probably one of my new favorite cards. If you watch some early access, you watch the podcast, you already know what that is. It was in our top 10 on the podcast, in case you missed that, because this thing is brutal. Not only does he look effing awesome, look at that guy. He is a Phyrexian Samurai, probably the first Phyrexian Samurai. 1 black and 1. This is the Grafted Butcher. When Grafted Butcher enters the battlefield, the Phyrexians you control gain Menace until the end of turn. Other Phyrexians you control gain +1/+1. Then, of course, you can sacrifice an artifact or a creature, return Grafted Butcher from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery. So he can immediately resurrect onto the battlefield by sacrificing somebody else, much like you don't have to pay. It's the same price as except for the 2 life, basically as a Tenacious Underdog, and he will boost. He's a captain for Phyrexian, so everyone, when he comes back in again, everyone will get +1/+1, and the OTB effect will go, ETB effect will go off. He will give everyone Menace, which can be a deciding factor if you have a broad board. That will absolutely push everyone across the thing, because they say, oh well, I got blockers for everyone. You've just cut the amount of blockers that they have in half because they need to double block you for everything. Grafted Butcher, absolutely brutal card. Infernal Grasp, we already talked about them, little removal. Necrogen Communion, unbelievably cool card too. This is also another great resurrection card right here. 1 black and 1 aura. Enchanted creature you control. Enchanted creature has toxic too. This is a great way to give non-toxic creatures toxic, so when they're swinging in, they will do poison. It's also a great way to up the toxicity of existing creatures when they're swinging across. Why? Because Necrogen Communion, because toxicity actually stacks. So Venerated Rot Priest has toxic 1. With Necrogen, it's toxic 3. Because you have 2 on this one and 1 naturally. Then, of course, anything that kills it, it returns to the battlefield under your control. It is a spell that targets, so it will trigger Venerated Rot Priest. Just an all-around great card to put on something like a Bloated Contaminator, just to swing it across. Really, really useful there. We're only going to put in 2 Armored Scriptgurgers here. The Phyrexian Beast. Why? Well, Graveyard Hate is actually very important. This is Graveyard Hate and Ramp. What do I mean by Graveyard Hate? Well, this is a 1 green Phyrexian Beast 0/3. It gets +3 as long as it has 3 or more oil counters on it. How do we get those oil counters? Well, it's a mana rock, which means that it can add 1 mana of any color, which will help you ramp, because a turn 2 drop means that you can play a 4 drop on turn 3, or potentially more and more. So whenever Armored Scriptgurger becomes tapped, meaning if you tapped him for mana or whatever, or you've attacked, exile target card from a graveyard and put an oil counter. So the more he eats out of the graveyard, the more oily he gets. The more oily this silly guy gets, the more powerful he becomes. People trying to run resurrection cards, they're trying to bring Atraxa out of the graveyard. They're trying to bring all kind of refit and rearm out of the graveyard, running mono white Reanimator. This will really mess them up by eating stuff out of the graveyard. And of course, becoming a big Phyrexian Beast at a 3/3 later on, and adding mana utility. Only 2 of them, I think that's enough. Bloat Boy, there he is. There's the Bloat Boy. Bloated Contaminator, 1 green and 2. A 3-drop 4/4 trample would be good enough. But hey, we're not done there. Not only does he a 3-drop 4/4 trampler, which is pretty beefy, for a turn 3. Whenever Bloated Contaminator deals combat damage to a player, he proliferates, and he's got Toxic 1, which means that his Toxic goes off, and then he proliferates, which means you anything that has a 1 counter on it, you can add another of that type of counter. So if it has poison counters, you can add more. If it has 1/1 counters, maybe it has 1/1 counters for being for having done Undying Malice on it, it gets stronger. So Bloat Boy, very powerful there. Put Necrogen on him, and he just poisons the heck out of people. So now we're going to get into the incubation pods. If you like the poison in the early game, now we're going to go into incubation here. Yes, now the invasion begins. 1 black, 1 green, 1 elvish Vat Keeper. A Phyrexian elf. There's going to be quite a few Phyrexian elves. 3/3, when it enters the battlefield, incubate 1. Incubate 2. What does incubate mean? Create an incubator token with 2 1/1 counters on it, and it reads, play 2, transform this artifact. It transformed into a 0/0 Phyrexian artifact creature. It basically makes an incubation pod, which is a little token right there, with 1/1 counters on it. The more 1/1 counters on it has, when you pay that 2, or something else triggers it and turning into the transformation of launching a Phyrexian, it becomes this, it births a gross Phyrexian creature right there, a token artifact creature with that many 1/1 counters on it. This gives you the ability as 5, you can target, transform target incubator token you control, double the amount of 1/1 counters on it. So normally they would come in with, as a incubate 2, it would just come in as a 2/2. But however, if you do get to pay 5 later on, it would be a 4/4. Now, here's where the combination of poison and incubation come in. Bloated Contaminator will obviously proliferate, putting more 1/1 counters on all the incubation pods and creatures you control, upping the amount of damage. Very nice combo play right there. Glizza Sunslayer. We have the early Glizza right here. This is the 3-drop, 1 green, 1 black, and 1, 3/3 first strike and death touch. Unbelievably dangerous to have first strike and death touch, because basically anything that touches it, she's going to go first. She's going to kill it. Great for blocking, great for attacking. Amazing. Phyrexian zombie elf. Whenever Glizza Sunslayer deals combat damage to a player, choose 1. Draw a card and lose 1 life, or destroy target enchantment, or remove up to 3 targets, 3 counters from target permanent. Unbelievably powerful. It can depower somebody, give you cards, or destroy enchantments, which can be extremely useful going in. So that's the early Glizza. Great attacker, great blocker, but nothing compared to Glissa, Herald of Perdition. This is a dangerous card, guys. I want you to really take a look at this one. Very, very dangerous card here. 1 black, 1 green, and 3. A 3/5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Incubate 2 twice, meaning you're going to get 2 incubation pods with 2 1/1 counters on them. Transform all incubator tokens you control. So if you have a whole suite of pods, either from your Vat or from Glissa from other turns, they all immediately turn into creatures. They all immediately turn into 2/2 Phyrexian creatures. Or Phyrexians you control gain first strike and death touch until the end of turn. It effectively turns the entire board into Glissas. If you transform a full board of incubators and then throw down something like a Grafted Butcher, they all get 1/1 and they all get Menace. So you're talking about a full swarm of cracked open death pods that all have first strike, Menace, death touch, and 1/1. Wow, that is a doom stack just sweeping in. So Glissa, Herald of Perdition, is dangerous. It is a little trickier to get him out. She is a 5-drop, a little expensive, but wow, really keep an eye on her, because I think she's a sleeper hit, really. So double the Glissa, double the fun right there. 8 swamps, 2 Takanumas, 2 Bosejus for resurrection and enchantment and artifact destruction. We have 7 forests, 2 Deathcap Glades, 2 Llanowar forests, 2 Llanowar wastes. If you want to up those, I don't care. Yeah, you want to do more of them? Sure, I don't mind. Whatever. And 1 Zeator's Proving Ground for that cycling ability, in case you just want to change out more cards that you get stuck with. 20 creatures, all of them Phyrexians, 12 instants, 4 enchantments, no sorceries, 24 lands altogether. This is a cheap deck, especially with those mana rocks. It's only 20. So you could probably get away with 23 mana. I haven't done it yet, but you certainly could give it a shot. You could give it a try. What do you like about this one? What would you change about it? What do you like? What do you don't like? Listen, a lovely twist on the poison. With poison and incubation, you're unstoppable. I've been ripping up people all night with this. Let's go back and take a look in the sideways view here. This is what we're looking at right there for Freedom from Flesh right there. Again, alternate forms of removal, 1, 2, 3, and then a 5. We actually have no 4 drops, so we really are swinging in early with poison and late with the incubation game. It really brings a strong late game to kind of the weakness of poison decks. They really need to have a good ground game later on. This one absolutely can swarm out and win in 2 different win cons, poison or going over the top. Unbelievably powerful, unbelievably fun. Golgari, for your pleasure right there. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. What do you like? What do you don't like? Make sure to tenderly press that like button down there. It helps the channel out so much, and it's so easy. Let's get into the games, boys. Here we go. I don't know what it is. I don't know if nobody's saved anything. Nobody's interested. I thought the hype was pretty high for this set. I have barely seen any new things come out. Barely, man. Same shit, different toilet. Wow. That's a unique way of putting it. I'll tell you that much. Might as well put him down. So I don't know what it is, but for some reason, like, maybe they're saving their... yeah, they could be keeping their powder dry. I genuinely don't know. But this is the least adaptation of a set that I've ever seen. The people just I barely see any new cards pop out. Like when Poison hit, you saw Venerated Rot Priest everywhere. You saw a lot of things. Like I don't know. I don't know what the problem was. There's very, very, very little variety in the meta. So that's all. That's just what it is. It's kind of shocking. Galta and Marvin. Dinosaur vampires, friends for life. Like, look at this guy. He's running Venerated Rot Priest, Enchant, March of Swirling Mist. This was popular like 3 months ago. It's shocking that this is still the preferred method, to be perfectly frank. Yeah, there's some heavy stuff. Luckily, hopefully that's going to slow down the game a little bit. But I genuinely don't know. I'm a little bit at a loss for words as to why specifically this set was not broadly adopted. So, you know. Maybe because it's like more Phyrexians. And like people are like Phyrexian out. I don't know, but there's a lot of stuff in it. There's like a lot of stuff going on. Like, look at this fucking... This is a fuck-ass deck, alright? Like, we all agree that this Simic fucking masturbation deck is a fuck-ass deck, right? We can all agree on this pretty across the board that it's a fuck deck. But dude is still running it. He's just like, I don't care if it's a fuck deck. I'm running it. I'm going to hit March of Swirling Wisps, and I'm going to win the fucking game. He was just absolutely, he's got this deck. He's uninterested in running anything remotely new. He's going to run this. He's just going to masturbate. He's going to play with himself a little bit. Covert has not released a mom. Jeez, man. I hope we're not that reliant on YouTubers and streamers, man. I really hope I'm not part of the problem. Wait for smarter people to do all the work, and then you... I'm surprised he hasn't released... He hasn't released one yet? He has not released a single... Well, he's been away. He's been at, like, cons and stuff. Did he just voluntarily lose? Okay. I mean, sure. I'm a little confused, but all right. That's surprising. Wow. That's surprising. He's been busy. He's been going to cons. Wait for smarter people. Listen, I always tell people, don't ever copy my thing. Don't ever copy my decks verbatim. Try to make them your own. I always say at the end, what do you like? What do you don't like? What would you change? Think about how you do this. Like, because it's important that you understand that what works for me won't work for other people. And I really try to drive that point home because I get a lot of compliments. I copied this deck and I put it out and it didn't work right. And I'm like, don't copy it verbatim, because it's not going to work the same for you as it worked for me. You've got to modify it a little bit. I like how these pods open. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. I like these pods. I like the pods opening up. That's good stuff. Jeskai. Full of chips? Like poker chips or like potato chips? Oh, chicks. Oh, okay. Ace, how you doing, Ace? Ace is the helpful hardware place. Thank you, man, for the sub. For the delicious sub sandwich. Delicious sub sandwich. Pair of Dabos. Look at that. Oh, we're almost at a hype train, ladies and germs. Let's do that. Pay. Let's see if he's going to counterspell it. Ace is the helpful hardware, folks. So while this does have a poison early game, it is modified with a lot of new stuff. Grafted Butcher, the other Gisa, Herald of Perdition, Elvish Vault Keeper. It does have quite a few other tricks up its sleeve. So I'm trying to basically take my old one and really, really put some new crap into it. 17 times this month. Why do you get Ace Hardware so much? What is Paradabo having you build? Jeez, that's weird. 2 or less, so we're gonna do Undying Malice. Oh, you're gonna get the double poison dose, man. I don't know. Okay, so let's do... Oh, he's out of there. Okay. A dabble do ya. We are very close to the hype train. Oh, it flooded. Oh yeah, I can't believe that was a year ago. The hurricanes. Man, I'm so glad I don't live in Florida anymore. Oh man. That state, bro. Not enough early game support. There's a couple ways to beat board wipes in the early game. There's a bit more wipiness. I'm not that mad that there's a late game wipe in black. I'm not too upset about it. I feel like maybe people think I would be upset about it, but mono black hasn't had a pure mono black board wipe, and I like that you can do legendary, non-legendary. That's pretty cool when you think about it. Let's do Undying Malice. Let's do this. Wabanga. Has new breed yet. People having some serious fights with autocorrect tonight. I love it. Anoint with Affliction. Guess what? More poison for you, bro. Get poisoned. Oh, don't tell me this dude's gonna... I'm gonna solo the game with a Venerated. I don't want to solo. I want to play some new cards, bro. Nope, I'm gonna solo the game with a Venerated. Okay. Stop throwing stuff at it. It's killing you, bro. My man was smoking cigarettes through a tracheotomy tube. Holy shit, man. It's what's killing you, man. Yeah, Jim Davis is great. There's really only this one streamer that I really don't like. Me and him got beef going way back. His name's Numbskull. And, you know, I can't stand the guy, you know? I realize I started a podcast with him. But I feel like that, you know, that was probably... He's always showing me up, man. Whenever I go on the podcast, I'm Platinum 4. I'm Plat 4, and he's like Mythic 38. Makes me feel real bad, you know what I'm saying, guys? It's humiliating. You thought it was Ash Lizzie? I wonder if he's still... Is he still here? And Jubilex said no. Jubilex said no, thank you. Autocorrect is the most convenient inconvenience in the dirt fries. That is the funniest thing that I've heard Wendy's fries that I've heard Wendy's fries described as dirt fries. Bangarang Bobby, how you doing? Ein Fauschwe. Hazmat still lurking around. That's pretty cool. Mercurio, how you doing, Mercurio? Did I even say? Rakdos, Breach the Multiverse, Chandra, Insanity. Oh my god, I can't run another... People very poorly received Rakdos deck last night. Very, very poorly received. Whoa, Black Betty, bang-a-rang. Whoa, Black Betty, bang-a-rang. She's always steady, bang-a-rang. All right. Oh, look at this guy. An enterprising young man is going to play. He's going to try his hand in Selesnya. He's going to try some Selesnya enchantments. That's pretty bold. That's a pretty bold move to... Oh my goodness, he added another color. Oh my god. Everybody hang on. He's got Temur enchantments. He's got Temur enchantments, everybody. Everyone just stay calm. Alright, let's destroy nothing. Cookies and stream. Okay, so he's got Temur enchantments. He's branching out. I like that. That's good. That's good for him, man. He's probably going to play a lockout card here. Oh, Teachings of the Kurin. Whoa, Black Betty. Bang, rang. Mercurio. Mercurio is the draft meister. I wish I could draft as good as Mercurio, because I suck at drafting. I blow at drafting, man. I fucking suck. I see him drafting up a storm over there. I see him drafting like crazy. And I'm like, man, I wish I could draft that good. I've sucked at draft. Here's the thing. I've continually sucked at drafting my whole life. I've never been good at drafting. When I was a kid, I was bad at drafting. It's just never gotten better. Oh, well, you'll do better if you keep doing it. I keep doing it, and I still suck. I don't know what it is. Awkward Ninjas, how you doing, man? Yesterday's meta, how you doing? Yoshari P. Anybody new? The new people? Fake Taxi. Uh-oh. Bang Bus. Bangarang Body. So, Bang Bus was the high-octane... Bang Bus Black was the high-octane Black Alchemy deck that was run by Numbskull that perpetually will get you to Mythic if you're trying to get there. This is surprisingly mild compared to how it used to be, Cookies. You weren't here back in the day when they would just flat out just harass the hell out of me. I did go 7... I went 7-1. And the reason I did is I pulled a brutal a brutal Golgari combo. And y'all know Golgari's my colors, as you can see. I think I just went 4 in a row. Probably the best draft I ever did. I've gotten some 5-2s, but I've only gotten maybe 2 7 hits in my life. One was a 7-1 and one was a 7-2. Never got a clean sweep out of them, which is too bad. Whoa, Black Betty. Bang, rang. Was it Ikoria that I did that in? Let's put down another Glizzy. He might have a counterspell, but I got more Glizzies in my hand. I got more Glizzies than a gas station spinner roller. Damn, Tanuki remembers my own streaming career better than I do. That's some good stuff right there. That's why I always play the Phantom Bot Drafter. Whenever it comes up, I try my hand again. Like, How's about we incubate twice? All right, let's do that. Oh, because I went 7-1 and I went 7 wins. I took your thunder. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what happened. I see the problem. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that, man. Rite of Harmony. Okay. Don't know why he did that. Okay, so in case he has an enchantment here. Exile. He gets to draw another card. Okay. Alright. The new Kami that doubles the counters? Probably what he has. I'm a little confused as to why he has blue in here. Oh, because of spirits. Okay, he's doing a spirit Halloween. I do a Halloween deck every year, and it's not popular, but I'm gonna keep doing it forever. Oh my goodness, Cookies, you really did it on that one. $41 with Kami. Okay, so let's do that. He's a Sunslayer. Let's transform all incubators. Let's do that. He's gonna get 2 poison if he does something targeted there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so he's gonna double block that. They go away. Alright. Do I want to put down the extra Glizzy? You know what I'm going to? I'm going to play the extra Glizzy just to flex. I made someone sack their Sheldred with my newer, sweeter, neater Sheldred, and they scooped. That's a pretty good, that's a pretty good thing right there. That's pretty good. Listen, I'm never gonna say no to a little Sheldred on Sheldred action. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say no to that. At the beginning of combat on your turn, I don't think people realize how powerful Glizzy is. This Glizzy. I don't think, like, the fact that you can just basically shit out 2 cards a turn. Like, I mean, 2 creatures a turn. That's pretty powerful. I'd honestly like to get her teamed up with Mondrak. Because that'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good if we could get her with Mondrak. Trex, what are you working on that, man? That's my Mondrak guy. That's why I go for the top Mondrak jank. People ask you know a guy? I know a Mondrak guy, man. Mondrak and rabble rousing, he lives for that. Abzan Mondrak with Glizzy Slayer. Pretty good, I think. I think that would be a good... I think that would be a good time. So let's block... Let's Fighting Love here. That gets blocked by that. That gets blocked by that. That gets blocked by that. And that gets blocked by that. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Necrogen Communion. Let's put this on her. Let's put it on him. up the poison. Oh, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Who said that? That's a classic one right there. He may surrender. Jay Martin. He may go have himself a Jay Martini after this. Glizzy. She's the girl for you. He's running out the clock now. I think he's just mad. He's just mad. Glizzy. Yeah, he's just mad. He's just mad. I'm just ahead of the curve. Okay, very nice. Oh, we're only 25 gold away from getting that sweet pack action right there. That's some good stuff. That's actually pretty good. Let's immediately start with Venerated. Cut down. He's going to poison himself a little bit. That's great. Prototype. Do I want to put Phyrexian Butcher out? No. He's kind of an OTB type of guy. Botfly Swarm. Okay, Battlefly Swarm. Let's drop that. Let's try Flesh Keeper. Vat Keeper. Sorry, not Flesh Keeper. Alright. Death Touch. New set is looking suitably spicy. Yeah, man, I gotta get people hyped for some of these new cards, man. Lily of the Billy, there she goes.
A fight? And you think you can win?
Target player sacrifice a creature. You gonna swing with Battlefly? Bet you are. So let's go ahead and transform you.
Whatever. Luck favors the foolish after all.
Let's do that. Maybe a little bit of removal. That's fine. I want to get Gliza out there. Gliza's had a lot of card printed of her. Let's see. Let's see how many Glizas there are. Gliza. 6 cards named Gliza. Pretty cool. Let's see if he's got another removal right here. Probably. He's got an instant. Let's put Necrogen down. Yeah, another removal. Gliza the Trader. Okay, so there's Gliza Sunseeker, Gliza the Trader, Gliza Sunslayer, and Gliza's Scorn. Gliza. We're just gonna keep giving her more. We're just gonna keep giving her more and more titles and such. Incubate twice. The Shale Drusy. I literally think the only new card we've seen tonight is literally the only new card we've seen tonight is what's that? Urabrask for the red one we played earlier in the warm up. I genuinely think that is the actual only new card we've seen. Let's do this. Wow, that's Glizza doing laundry. That's a pretty vicious card, man. That's psychological warfare, right? I don't know if I like Glizza doing laundry. Glizza doing laundry. You tap and exile her, remove from Oppo's graveyard, and then they have to move out of their parents' house. That's terrible, man. That's real bad. Wow, that's pretty bad cookies. Listen, I do not fault anybody for living at home anymore. I don't know if you've seen house prices recently, but rent is literally more than whatchamacallit, is way higher than buying an actual house. And the only way they let you buy an actual house is if you have sterling silver credit. Like, it's terrible. Rent's $2,000. A mortgage is $1,800. It's really bad out there. Yeah, I mean, they get so old. You know, your parents are in your 70s. It's like, oh. All right, this guy played too much early removal, and I had no answer for it. My man hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removal early on. And that was pretty much it, bro. Removal tribal. I have removal protection, but I could not activate it fast enough. Blow boy. Do that. Yeah, we're just gonna say goodbye. That's a loss right there. I wasn't drawing any of my own removal, and my man hit me with what was the combo chain off that one? He hit me with five removal in a row. Yeah, can't be done, dude. Cannot be done. Yikes. That, honestly, I'm gonna go for it, man. Oppo goes first. Ugh, crawling chorus. Okay, I'm glad I went for it. We got that Takanuma now. The banishment. No, he's got a Ratusi there too for himself. Another crawling. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. No attacks and turn. Nah, I think it's pretty fucked that you can work a full-time job 40 hours a week for double minimum wage and still not afford anywhere to live. That's fucked. That is really fucked, you guys. Hey, what's up, Mar? Blow boy. Is your name a community reference? Yeah, that's what I assumed it was. Ooh, he's got his own blow boy. Okay. He's doing his own blow boy thing right there, man. I like that. It's just a long name with that many R's. Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay, let's do no and turn. Slaughter Singer, there he is, Phyrexian Cleric. I like how the implication about Slaughter Singer is this guy just screams horribly and it makes everybody fight better. That's a pretty good guy right there. He's literally a Phyrexian bard. He just goes like, wow, and everyone's like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. No, man, he's a singer. He's not a shrieker. They could have called him the Slaughter Shrieker. He's a Slaughter Singer. Put some respect on his name, okay? Terrible. He does sing death metal, yes. He does sing death metal. Actually, he probably sings like Dream Theater. Yeah, that's what he sings. What if he sings Tom Joe? He's just like, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. And the real way it works is everyone's like, I gotta get the fuck away from this dude. Holy shit. And that's why they attack so good, because they just want to they either want to die or get the fuck away from him because his singing's so bad. That seems like a more plausible scenario. I really need that menace. Okay, he's gonna make a guy. Creature, colorless. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas, boys. We needed that butcher. We needed that butcher real good like. Real spicy like. Venerated Ratussi. Oh, he's coming back at me. He's gonna snap back to reality. Look at that. Oh, he's singing. He's singing, guys. All right. How's about we do this? Oof. All right. We snap back that. Oof. We are going to do pass. We're going to block that guy. We're going to block that guy. Oh, the alibi. Yeah. Yeah, that was too much, my dude. Sing me a song somewhere else. Now, my rot priest was eating protein there, man. Putting on weight. Listen, I cannot tell you for everyone on the board to immediately get +1/+1 and menace. When you have a large board like that, that is an absolute devastating hit. How could he have lost? There were so many singer triggers. I was going to block and counterattack. I was going to successfully block a lot and counterattack. I don't know. He didn't want Matt to work it out. I worked it out for him. Relatively unknown. Very nice. Hi, how you doing, man? All right, guys. I think we're gonna leave it there for tonight. Maybe we'll see. I have just absolutely juiced up the new new Golgari. Poison Golgari is still effective. You can make it even more effective by putting some incubation, by putting double Glizza, grafted Butcher, putting all this new stuff in here. But just, I mean, if you don't want to, that's why I kind of went for this one. I said maybe people don't have the money to do up. So this one has modifications, not basically all new cards, because I have a few decks that are almost entirely new. This one is just really the souped up Golgari, really Golgari to the next level. So I really like it. I hope you like it too. I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. I'll see you on the flip side. Goodbye, everyone.